Your fresh start starts now. Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. It's LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, and I am excited to share the Fresh Start program with you once again, my friend. Whether you are a newbie or an old G, this is our opportunity as a community to talk about how you can strategically transform your business over 7 days, 30 days, 90 days plus. I want to be your go-to gal, aka business bestie, when it comes to working on your recurring revenue. But I'm jumping ahead. Let's talk about the Fresh Start program. This is a prep session to get you all the way ready when we officially begin, okay? So the goal here is to talk about how you can work on your recurring revenue goals. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Karen. Karen says, I would like to create recurring revenue. Have not yet. Okay. Have not, but I'm interested. Okay, so I see you guys coming in and checking in. Have you created recurring revenue? If that is something that you want to do, I'm going to break down some recommendations as we go through Fresh Start. The idea here is to think about both creating things that can work for you consistently on a month-by-month basis, and then standalone passive income products that you can create and, as we like to say, set and forget, right? Once it's up and it's done, you can share it with the world and have that generate revenue for you as well. I love to talk about irresistible offers, and one of the offers I've quietly been working on over the last several months is part of what I call the paid membership projects. So I have been working with several clients this year on their subscription programs, right? Creating communities underneath their brand where they can work with the women that they serve. I want to say mainly women because a lot of the women I work with women. But I do have entrepreneurs that work with men too, right? But creating communities underneath their brand and creating branded products that they can offer to their community on a month-by-month basis. So I've been working with a few private clients, helping them set up their programs, number one. And inside of the community, we actually took about 12 weeks to talk about one of my favorite things, which is the paid newsletter project. And for some people, the question was, wait, what's a paid newsletter? For one, right? And then number two, what could I put into a paid newsletter that people would actually want to pay for and spend money on a monthly basis, right? So these are the kind of questions, these are the kind of clients that I've been working with over the last several months. And in that, I've put together a list of 17 monthly minis. Monthly minis are what I like to call QCQC. You being able to QCQC, quickly create quality content. Because if you're creating a subscription offer on a month-by-month basis, that means that you're going to be creating value and presenting that value to your customers and clients every single month. And you want to make sure that you don't feel like you are stretching yourself too thin, you're running out of content, or you've got so much going on, you can't keep up with what you said you were going to deliver. So with that, I said, let me focus on not just subscription-based offers, but mini offers, the mighty minis, that you can produce without feeling like you're overextending yourself or, again, running yourself thin, okay? So we're going to talk about these minis today. And what I want to do is give you an opportunity to start to prepare for what we're going to actually create as part of the Fresh Start experience, okay? So hopefully you guys are excited. Hey, Levon, I love it when I get to see my Philly friends in the building hanging out with me. So as you guys are coming on in here, let's talk about the startup steps. Number one is to create a brain dump document. If you have a notebook, that's absolutely fine, but you know me, I love to recommend that you go over to docs.google.com and create a Google Doc, number one. Number two, I want to make sure that you've got all of the prep step resources that I've put together for you. So if you haven't already done so, visit and or bookmark the page sistasense.com/IFS. I was about to say IFC. IFS stands for Inside Fresh Start. So there are quite a few things over there. You can download the starter guide. You can download a calendar that kind of walks you through the next couple of weeks, what we're going to do. You can even get access to demos and sneak peeks of the kind of digital products that you're going to be working on as part of this Fresh Start experience, okay? And of course, you get to access some of the monthly mini trainings that I want you to be able to listen to absolutely free from yours truly, along with getting some of the prep session replays like this one that we're doing today, okay? The Fresh Start program and the experience that I want to put together for you to help you, again, with your recurring monthly revenue has several parts. One of them is the 7-day Setup for Sales challenge, okay? So in about a week, we are going to go through each of the monthly minis every single day, and that's going to give you an opportunity to start the process of creating within the community. But to be honest with you, if you start today, you can start today. Literally, you can get access to all the trainings, and the templates I'm officially launching within the week, so everybody gets them at the same time. But you can start listening to all the audios now and get ready to create these amazing, irresistible offers for your audience, okay? And of course, hopefully you are in our Facebook group, firestarters.sistasense.com, number one. And number two, if you want to check in with me, go over to sistasense.com/VM. I know it just says V, but it should say VM, so that you can send me a voice message and or email if you need to. So those are the basic startup steps. Just want to make sure that as we go through Fresh Start and prep, because we haven't even officially started yet, as we prep, nothing gets lost and you're clear about where to go to get the starter solutions that you need, okay? So startup steps, number one, recurring revenue, number two. I want to talk about the money that you're leaving on the table. I want to talk about you tapping into your profit potential. I am a solopreneur, and I work mainly on reaching others through organic marketing. So I don't necessarily invest into paid advertising and reach. I'm an organic kind of a girl, okay? I say that to say when you are looking to create sustainable revenue, of the many things that I can teach you, one of my favorite strategies is creating simple subscription offers so that you have a base amount of income coming in on a consistent basis, okay? Getting sales one-off is one thing. A lot of folks want to come to me and go, LaShonda, give me a TikTok, Instagram strategy, right? Yes, I can help you with that. However, as many people know, it takes a while to grow on these social media platforms if you're not on there like 3 to 5 times a day, okay? Just keeping it real. If you're not paying for ads or if you're not connecting your whole hip to these social media platforms 3 to 5 times a day, it's going to be a slow uptick to get to where you need to be. One way to work on sustainability as a solopreneur is to have at least one solid subscription offer to share with your audience. So let's just look at this real quick, okay? And I want you to, as you're looking at this list, I want you to think about 2 things and feel free to drop one of these into the chat for me, okay? Whether it be current or projected. Right now, think about an offer that you currently have. How much is it? Okay? I kind of want you to have a number in mind so as I go through these numbers, you can see how close you are to one of these. So think about an offer you have in mind and you are selling it right now currently. How much is it, number one? Feel free to drop that number into the chat so I can see. Or maybe you don't have offers that you are proactively promoting right now, but you would like to create something in the near future, a projected offer. With that projected offer, come up with a potential price point and then drop that into the chat so I can see, right? Whether you're going to show me something that you're doing right now, it's current or it's projected, what is that price point for you, okay? Again, feel free to drop that into the chat. Let's look at the numbers. I am an entrepreneur that creates a range of products and services, virtual, in-person, all the things. I definitely have a holistic approach to working with my clients. And I've created things from anywhere between $1 to $10,000, right? So if I were to give you a snapshot of several price points you could potentially work within, these are several of them. Let me say this, right? One of the things that I talked about in the first cycle of the Fresh Start program was creating entry point offers. Specifically, I call those $7 solutions. So as you can see here, we're starting with $7 and going all the way up to $4.97. So if you were to have a $7 offer and you offered that as a subscription-based opportunity to your community, let's look at the number of sales you could make potentially, starting and goal setting, right? So if you start off with, let me get 10 people in, and your goal is to get to maybe 100 people, depending upon what type of offer you've put together, right? Then what would the numbers look like? For a $7 offer, 10 sales a month is $70 a month versus 100 sales, and that's $700 a month. So you're thinking about your existing business income, adding on revenue, and making sure that if you maintain your number of active subscribers, you know you have a certain amount going in, or coming in, I should say, to your business on a monthly basis, okay? So that's the $7 offer. If you had a subscription that was $27, that could give you anywhere between $270 to $2,700 a month, depending upon if you got 10 to 100 sales, right? Then we've got $47 offer. You're looking at $470 a month if you have 10 active subscribers, $4,700 a month if you have 100. A $97 offer, $970 versus $9,700, $297, $2,970 versus $29,700, right? And at $497, you're looking at $4,970 versus $49,700. So literally, depending upon what you sell and how many people you reach, just looking at this little table here, you've got opportunities that span anywhere between $70 a month extra to close to $50,000 a month extra. Now, before I move on to sharing some examples of the monthly minis, digital products that you could put together, let me say this. I have products that are available on subscription at all of these price points. So my $10 template club, just as the name suggests, that started off as a $10 offer, right? Currently, I have my monthly Sister Sense Circle, which the main retail rate is $97, and it is currently available at $47, right? Pause for a second. I don't want to say my Insider Circle because that's the one below it. My Sister Sense monthly mentorship series, when I work with one-on-one clients who are not in my Insider Circle, they have the opportunity to check in with me for as little as $97, and that is between $97 and $297, depending upon what type of calls and how frequently we're working together. And then my big holistic experience that I talked about before, my Insider Circle program, where I help clients get set up for sales, is anywhere between $297 and $497 on a monthly basis. And those are for packages that my clients invest in, and then their payments are broken up into month-by-month payment plans, okay? So if you look at the higher level and you go, oh my God, a subscription that's $297, $497, yes, you can create them. I've created them. You can too, and I'll talk about what you can do when we get deeper into the different types of monthly minis. Oops, I'm about to get the hiccups. So, number one, just looking at the recurring revenue page that I have here, right? Are you in a space where you have an idea of what you'd like to put together, or perhaps you have something that you've already put together? And what price points are you looking at for your monthly subscription, ideally? Realistically, what would you like to see as far as your monthly added on revenue, and how many sales do you need to get there, right? This is where we start the conversation of prepping, thinking about your profit potential, and figuring out what passive income project you would like to tap into, okay? So recurring revenue, hopefully you took an opportunity to take a look at this. Number one, let's take things a step further and talk about the monthly minis, number two. So earlier I said to you, I actually have been quietly working on this for some time, and I have a list of 17 types of monthly minis. 17 is a special number because when I started the Fresh Start program, my first guide was on $7 solutions, and I talked about 17 types of digital offers that you can share as $7 entry point solutions to your audience. So that was level one, Fresh Start $7 solutions. Now we're on level two, monthly minis, as a part of the whole suite that I'm building out inside of Fresh Start. So there are 17, but just for today, we're going to start with 7, okay? I've pulled out 7 for the Fresh Start program so that, number one, you can get a sense of what we're going to be working on. And if you just kind of want to use this and run with it, that's fine. But if you want to work with me, whether it be for 7, 30, or even 90 days as part of Fresh Start, you can do that too. 7 monthly minis. I have different types of things that you could put together as a digital product and share with your audience. 1, mini messages. 2, mini media. 3, mini magazines. 4, mini mentorship. 5, mini master classes. 6, mini challenges. 7, mini series. Now, keep in mind, this is 7 of the 17, okay? And outside of what we talk about today, remember, go over to the Inside Fresh Start page so that you can listen to some of the preliminary trainings in that series, okay? Side note. It's late for some of y'all, depending upon where you are time zone-wise. So we're not going to go through all of these today because that's what the 7-day challenge is for. But for my early birds and my jump starters, I wanted to be able to step you into the process of thinking about, at least for the first 3 of these 7, if any of these resonates with you. So let's break down these 3, starting with monthly mini messages. I'm someone who, I always say, I don't always like getting cute and getting in front of the camera. So audio tends to be the way for me, okay? Getting paid in my pajamas, that's how I like it. So I love to create audio content, and you can get creative when it comes to offering your audience value in the form of audio. One of the things that I've mentioned is that in the last couple of years, newsletters have been making a serious comeback. And as they've been growing again in popularity, a lot of entrepreneurs within the digital space have been not only creating free but paid newsletters, number one. Number two, a part of that is many of these platforms are creating a space for you to not just create written newsletters, but audio newsletters as well, right? Why? Because people need to multitask, right? I was talking to a client, I believe, if not this past week, the week before, and she has a very long commute, and she was telling me how, she makes the most of her commute and gets work done during that time period. For a lot of people, if they're on the train or if they're driving on a bus, they are trying to be as productive as they can be, right? And for a lot of us, that's listening to audio or watching video, I'm a note girl. I'm always waiting in my car for my kid, right? So taking notes on my iPad or my iPhone, that's the thing for me, right? So think about it. Think about people listening to your messages. And think about the fact that if you hate getting in front of the camera, audio, again, the way to go. If you don't feel like doing video, if you don't feel like you're the best writer or you start and then you get writer's block, if you flow with audio, because literally the content, the ideas just kind of flow out of you, that might be the kind of digital offer that you want to work on first or next. So, motivation, inspiration, encouragement, put it in the form of a monthly mini audio series. Personal development. I have clients who work with their clients around self-help, self-care. Professional development. If you're like me, you work with those who are looking to advance in their career or to start their own business. Health and fitness, right? Wellness. I have clients who help others around detoxes, around hair growth, around reversing common illnesses, right? Health and wellness, being able to offer your instruction, your guidance in the form of audio each month. Spiritual or ministry, right? I have clients who they work with their clients from a spiritual space, and maybe you want to share prayers. Maybe you want to share devotionals, right? Maybe you want to share spiritual scripture, word of encouragement from the Bible, right? Now, I'm assuming I say Bible for those of you who that is your religion, but this spans all religions, right? If you wanted to create some sort of series of monthly messages that you offer around spirituality and ministry, finance, money mindset. A lot of the entrepreneurs in my circle talk about financial wellness, what you can do to grow your wealth, what you can do to work on your budget, work on your taxes, things of that nature. Current or trending information where people need to be on the cusp of what's happening, so they're willing to invest into your offer because you're keeping them up to date and up to speed on the information that they need for that particular area of interest to them, your area of expertise, right? And these are monthly messages. Number one, again, for me, definitely easier. I always say it's the ABCs for me. I have literally a whole series called ABCs to creating digital content, and the A, the B, the C, at least one of them, anyway, for me, audios, books, and classes. Audios by far the least labor intensive to produce, right? That is number one. Anyone here feel like they can or they currently create audios, messages that they share with others? Okay, just curious, feel free to share that with me, but that is number one to consider. Mini mag number two. I always say to you, if Oprah can put herself on the cover of her magazine, baby, I can do it and you can do it too. Since I've been blogging and I've been online for 20 plus years, one of the things that I've absolutely loved to do is to tap into self-publishing, creating different types of self-published projects. One of them is the brand magazine. And it was so much fun this year. I hosted the Momentum Summit earlier this year. Several of my clients were panelists, and they shared their magazines, right? Several said to me, LaShonda, when's the new templates coming out, right? So I've got new templates. Side note, the 90-minute magazine planner is amazing. But being able to create new templates, number one, But time-sensitive templates, number 2, right? For some people, they go, ooh, girl, I got kids, I got a job, I got all these other things. I just get so overwhelmed with the idea. I love the idea of doing the magazine, but having the time to put it all together, creating something that was time-sensitive that you could do even faster than the resources before, right? But then thinking about making it mini. Because here's the deal. We love microwave content, believe it or not. Like, there's this thing that they're doing now, and I say them because, you know, the web is first, is full of these creative people. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have subscribed to several of these apps where they are giving you these dramas. They're like micro movies, but they're literally cut up into like 3-minute intervals. I think it's like Pocket something. They're short little, but they're insatiable because you start watching it and each one has a cliffhanger. So like you watch the 2 minutes and then they're like, ooh, I gotta watch the next one. I gotta watch the next one. And they're so addictive, right? We love content that we can quickly consume, partially because we're kind of getting trained to watch these TikToks, these shorts, these reels, and one after the next one after the next one. Think about the fact that that transfers over into all content. Being able to read short-form newsletters or read magazines and not feel like you're spending hours and hours doing that. And even if you do binge it for a while, you're binging something that is such an easy, entertaining, edutaining thing, you enjoy the binge, right? So can you consider taking some of what you've written or connecting with some of the amazing people you're connected to publish a mini magazine? Maybe it's local. You want to create something for the local people in your area. I'm here in North Carolina, and so there are lots of local magazines, Her being one of them. I've never been on the cover of Her, but several of the awesome, amazing ladies in my circle who live here have. Maybe one day, right? But local magazine, number 1, lifestyle, number 2. Special interest as far as a particular group, women's, men's, children. I have my children's magazine called Bright Colors, and I have my magazine for women entrepreneurs, Sister Sense, right? Maybe you want to do something around career and business, health and wellness, food, right? Maybe you want to share some amazing food. I have several chefs in my circle, personal chefs like Maticia and Larry, and my new client, Lucina. She's an amazing cook as well. So maybe food is your thing, crafts, hobby, travel, and you want to create some sort of special interest magazine around that. Relationships, helping people with their interpersonal skills, or entertainment. Some aspect of entertainment is of interest to you, right? What kind of special interest magazine would you like to tap into? Now, while I work a lot with entrepreneurs and women, I absolutely love kids, comics, cartoons, and I'm such a child at heart, right? Literally, before this session, I was watching some anime with the hubby, and I'm dancing along to the theme song, and he looks at me and he's like, you know you're an adult, right? And I was like, who told you that? So you may find that this is either an opportunity for you to dig deeper into creating more content around your main business, or create something that's like a side business, and it feeds you as a multi-passionate entrepreneur if you're like me, right? It feeds other parts of you that you want to tap into, right? Both in passion and in profit. So that's Mini Mags, number 2. Let's dig into the last one that I'll share with you today, okay? And that is Mini Master Classes. So literally, I am doing this training with you all now. It is live, but it is a mini. It is roughly about 30 minutes, right? And you can create, specifically pre-record sessions like this one, where either you are just showing slides, you're showing yourself, or you're showing your combination of slides and yourself and your screen, all the things, you can pre-record sessions and offer that to your audience on a month-by-month basis. And you don't have to go live if you don't want to. I have I want to say luxury, privilege is a better word, because I'm working for myself at home full-time. I'm certifiably unemployable. I've not worked for anyone else since I quit my job when I was a few months pregnant, and my son is 17, so it's been a while, right? And he's older, so I don't have a small child or multiple children. I have the opportunity to go live whenever I want to. Not everybody has that, right? So you could pre-record short-form videos that are anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes in length, on average 60 minutes max, and share that with your audience. You can do this on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending upon what works for you. So you can say, hey, when you tap into my ... fill in the blank program, every week I'm going to send you a masterclass, or every month you're going to get 2, or every 2 weeks you're going to get another one, right? So literally anywhere between 1 to 4 if you want to do 1 a month or 1 a week, or just kind of give them a set every month. You're going to get 3 master classes every month on XYZ topics, right? Those are some possible options for you. Now, like I said, pre-recorded, number 1, self-paced content. So they don't have to come and join you live. They can click and watch at their leisure, right? Once I'm done, if you're listening to this on the replay side, that's self-paced. You watch it your time, at your leisure, and bim, bam, boom, you get what you need, right? Complimentary downloads. So, for example, if you were to go over to the Inside Fresh Start program page, you'll see that there are things that you can download from me, right? You can download sneak peeks. You can download the Fresh Start Starter Guide. Maybe you have a workbook, a planner, some worksheets, things for people to take advantage of through you. Complimentary, but adds value, right? Then you can consider maybe offering them an archive. So if every month you're going to give them 1, 3, or maybe 4+ masterclasses, maybe you say when you subscribe, you'll get access to this month's trainings plus an archive of the whole year, or an archive of the last 3 months of trainings. I've done all of the above, right? People in my Citizen Circle, we do sessions every single month. And if you come in this month and you didn't access what we did at the start of the year, that's okay, because you get access to it. You can watch those replays plus what we do in the future. So adding on an optional archive, or adding on live experiences, a live office hour Q&A session, live training, live coaching. These things you can add on to add value at the level you're giving them, or an upgraded level, whichever one works for you. Okay? So there's a lot more than I can say once we actually go through each of these and break them down, by the way. Okay? Today is what it says. It's a PREP prep session. Again, there are 17. We're going to start off with going through 7 of them. And today, so as not to overwhelm you, but get you started, because I know you're ready to get started, I got those 3 to share with you. So out of curiosity, those of you who are here, let me know if you are doing or possibly interested in these 3, any of these 3. Now, if you are, great. Like I said, whether you're live or on the replay side, I'd love to know if any of these are piquing your interest. If not, don't worry, because again, there are officially 17. And I'm going to deep dive, go through 7 of them, but you could also listen to all 17 of them if you wanted to, okay? So while you are checking in with me and you're thinking about these monthly minis, right, messages, magazines, and masterclasses, I want to give you the opportunity to check in with me via the chat, okay? I see you guys are in the chat, which is awesome. I'm going to check the chat in just a second. Those of you who are listening on the replay side, several ways to reach me. Email sizzlesense@gmail.com, number 1. Or number 2, as you're on the sizzlesense.com website, click the gray tab on the right to send me a voice message. As you guys are checking in the chat, please feel free to ask questions and or leave comments. And I'm actually going to go over to the IFC page so that I can put a few examples on the screen to show you as well. So quick power pause. Messages, yeah, messages are absolutely my favorite. Like I said, audio for me is the way to go. Can you show the magazine slide again, please? Definitely going to show the magazine. There is the sneak peek that you can download. And then I know you want to see the slide, so let's go back over to the slides as well, just so that you can see several of the magazine options that I shared with you. Okay, feel free to screenshot that if that's helpful to you. I'll make sure the replays, this replay in particular, is on our Inside Fresh Start page at citizensense.com/IFS2. Monthly messages, if you want to take a snap of that one. And then master classes. Got it? You're welcome. You're welcome. So several things. Number one, this is the Inside Fresh Start page, citizensense.com/IFC. As you can see, there are several audios you can listen to, things you can sign up to, preview, and or download. Lots of goodies here, okay? One of the things that I wanted to show you were the visuals because I am a visual girl. So I've been working on several templates. Many of them, well, pretty much all of them are built in Canva. Some of them help you create Canva PDFs, digital products, printables, physical products like books, workbooks, planners, and then you can also create web pages in Canva. This is literally a website that I built in Canva. I've built so many websites recently, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself, okay? So this is the mini version of the masterclass webpage. This is for clients who want to be able to record their videos and then literally embed them into Canva and then publish, okay? You don't need WordPress, you don't need Shopify, you don't need Wix, you don't need Weebly. You got me, because I'm giving you Canva templates that you can use. Again, there are several versions of this template, but the mini has the meat of it, which is you being able to showcase any core links you want at the top. The yes, yes, and yes. I love that. You've got a space to have your video. You can describe the video, and then the main things that you want them to be able to access, links, you can post here. I've been creating pages like this on my website for years, but I know WordPress. I know the themes. I could do that with my eyes closed. A lot of people find it easier to work in Canva to kind of just drag, drop, plug, publish, and you can do that with this, okay? So there are two versions of this template. This is the mini one. Now, side note, if you sign up to Fresh Start, what you're going to get is two options. The light version of Fresh Start has 3 monthly mini projects, and with those 3 projects, you get 3 templates, so 1 template for each. The first 3 projects are mini messages, mini magazines, and mini, I want to say mini manuals, but I have to double check the website, okay? But it's on the website, the first 3 projects. All 7 projects, if you get the full program, each of the 7 have 3 templates for you to choose from. So there are 3 masterclass templates. This is one of them, okay? Now, I also said to you that creating audios is something that you can do. I've created different style templates for audio projects, and all of them are built inside of Canva, whether you use them to create PDFs or pages. So here are a few examples I can share with you of some of the latest audios that I've put together. This is a podcast page that I created inside of Canva. You can click and listen to the audios, number 1. And then we have this one, which is one of my newer ones that I created that you can click and listen to the audio inside of Canva. Number 2, and just to make sure, the paid membership project, I wanted to put it on mute so I wouldn't start the audio. But this is just another style audio page that I put together. This one is one of the new audio pages that I've put together as well. This one is not available as a template because this one is a little bit more advanced and I would need to put it together for you. But I have created a space for several of my founding members of my new Monetize Now program to get me to create this private podcast page for them. So if you're one of those, awesome, right? I've got a little bit of space left for the founding members of the Monetize Now program. But getting one of these, I can't just give you the template. I'd have to put it together for you because by default, folks won't know how to do this. Some of these things are like, what? But being able to embed different types of audios in different ways is something that I've been playing with for some time inside of the Canva platform. So there will be different audio message templates, number 1, and different podcast templates, number 2, because podcast is a whole separate type of digital offer in the series versus monthly messages. The last one that I wanted to share with you here, before I get there, let me show you this, because it's on my mind and I don't want to forget it. SusanSense.com/demo, DEMO. Okay, so the masterclass page that you see here is an add-on to the full Canva website that I've built here. So like I said, I've been creating templates on my love language. I've been creating several templates, and I built out a complete 5-page website that you can use. And again, it's all built in Canva. You just kind of plug and publish your content in it. And this is especially useful to my clients who don't necessarily want to do the whole WordPress or Squarespace techie thing. They just kind of want something they could drag and drop their images, change the text, change the colors, and it's a lot easier for them. This is a part of the larger Monetize Now program, but that is also available inside of Fresh Start because there are multiple levels of Fresh Start if that's something that you're interested in, okay? If you see something and you don't know where to go or what it's in, feel free to ask, and I will definitely do my best to point you in the right direction. But the masterclass template is a good example of the kind of templates that we're going to be working in as part of Fresh Start, as well as the magazine templates, which it should be on the screen. I thought I put it up, but it didn't load. So let me give it a second to load. This is a sample, and the sample has 20 pages in it. But the quality is so high, it takes a few seconds to load. As a matter of fact, let me just actually go into the Canva document itself. I think that might be a better visual. Okay, so you can download the PDF, but here is me actually inside of Canva, so I can show you some visuals of the new magazine template. I have like 3 previous magazine template designs. This is the newest one. And so I call it the 90-minute mag because I've created specific elements in it to make it easier to create a formula that you can follow month by month if you wanted to have your own branded magazine publication. Starting with your cover page, letter from the editor. We've got an inside this issue spotlight page. These are basically designs for like a 2-page article here. You can have, obviously, full-page ad pages and drag and drop whatever you like. I've been having a lot of fun with audio-based content and being able to create pages where you can showcase your podcast and then QR codes to take people to listen to your podcast episodes. Also something that is here as well. Her take. So one of the things that I put inside of the 90-minute mag are pages where you can get contributions from others to help you QC quickly create your quality content. So for example, Her Take gives you an opportunity to survey several people within your community, highlight their responses, and so I call this the write without writing strategy. You don't have to be the one writing all your articles, nor do you have to get guest contributors writing tons of articles. You can strategically get short snippets and blurbs and then use them throughout your issues, adding value in a variety of ways. So the base templates of the 90-minute mini, there's an 8-pager and there's a 24-pager. I'm working up to the 40-pager, which I hope to release by the end of the year, but we've got these two here to start with. So these are a few of the pages within this particular template. And I love lists, the 21 ways, absolutely one of my favorites. And then there are also variations of the cover. This is a special cover for me because, honestly, one of the things that I know for myself is while I do have photos of me, I don't have a ton of them. And a lot of my clients don't either. So if you want to use stock photos, sky's the limit. But if you want to put yourself on your cover and you don't have a huge high-quality photo to use, what are your options? So I wanted to be able to creatively create cover designs like these here, where if you have, if not huge, but still small, quality photos, you can have some really nice, bright, poppy covers outside of a large photo on the front of the cover, which is the traditional way to go. So as you can see here, these are just a few of the pages, and like I said, you can download the sneak peek if that is something of interest to you. So let me jump right back into our presentation, share some final recommendations for today, and of course, check in with you if you have any questions or comments for me. Is this a paid mag? The template, you can use it to create a paid magazine. I'm not sure if that's the question you're asking, but that's the goal, for you to be able to customize it in a timely manner and have a subscription-based magazine that you can offer to your audience. Yes, with the goal of creating something that on the small end is at least 8 to 12 pages, and on the bigger end is anywhere between 16 to 24 pages on a monthly basis. Usually when I create like quote-unquote special editions of my magazines, they're usually, for me, big. It's like 36 to 44 pages, right? Obviously that's like a Vogue, which is like 1,000 pages in an issue. But to make it manageable, on average, 16 to 24 pages if you want to go on the bigger end, and 8 to 12 if you want to work in the smaller end, okay? So to do the Canva website, there are 2 ways to do it. Number one, inside of the Monetize Now program, you can get access to the website template, and I can give you the link so that you can see how that works if you just want the template itself. If you want me to design the template for you, that actually is a part of Fresh Start. So there is a level of Fresh Start. Well, not only will you get the template, but I will literally go into your Canva account and design it for you. So that is a part of the Fresh Start package. It's called Publish Plus. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's Publish Plus, where not only will you get the Fresh Start program and access to all the 21 templates in there, the trainings, the 90 days, all that, you also will get additional time to work with me one-on-one, and I will set up a Canva website for you. Publish has a 3-page website. Publish Plus has the 5-pager that you just saw. Can you talk about the process to print and the cost? That's a lot. There's a lot that I can say about printing and cost. what I can say to you is this. I just gave you the numbers, number one. Number two, one of my favorite platforms to publish on is MagCloud. It's not the only one, but it is one of my favorites. And you can check it out through me over at success.com/MagCloud. Either MagCloud or MC, one of those two, but I think it's MagCloud. When you get there, they actually have a pricing page where you can say what you want, how many pages you want, and it will tell you exactly how much it'll cost. Once you hit a certain number, and if I'm not mistaken, it is 10, if you order like in bulks of 10 or 15, you start to get a discount when you bulk order. I also like other platforms like Amazon KDP as well as Lulu, and those also, by the way, have pricing calculators if you are curious about how much it would cost depending upon how many pages you put in it. But as I mentioned before, my templates, I've given you the goal of creating anywhere between 8 to 24 pages on average. So if you were to take a look at the MagCloud pricing calculator, that should help you. If you can't find it, you can Google it, but if you remind me or email me, I can send you the direct link too. Great questions, by the way. All of these are great. Thank you. Just kind of scrolling through to see what you guys are saying. Okay. Feel free to drop any questions or comments that you have as we are wrapping up. This is a prep because I wanted you to have the opportunity to do several things. Number one, whether you're live or via listening live or on the replay side, you can start to think about recurring revenue. Number one, your profit potential. Number two, what kind of projects might be of interest to you, whether that project is going to complement the kind of products you're working on, or it gives you an opportunity as a multi-passionate entrepreneur to explore a side project that you want to do. Because side income and or reoccurring income, two types of income that are big right now. Everybody's looking for sustainable income that comes in on repeat every month, as well as extra income. Okay, now there are other types to discuss, but if those are of interest to you outside of your primary income, these are the kind of things I want to be able to share with you. So when you take a look at Fresh Start, if you download the calendar, you'll see we are in about a week going to kick things off with the Set Up for Sales Challenge, which is a free experience. So feel free to let your friends know to sign up to the program to start with Fresh Start. The 7-day challenge is free. Where the investment comes in is once you're ready to get access to all the trainings and get access to the templates, anywhere between 3 to 21 of the base templates, that's where the investment comes in. Plus, the 7-day challenge is 7 days. After that, for the private Fresh Start community, I will be offering weekly accountability and content creation sessions, very similar to what I did for the first cycle of Fresh Start. So every week you have for 90 days me helping you work on putting together your digital products, working on your publishing your pages, working on tapping into your profitable partners, because there are partners, myself included, that you can partner with to work on reaching people, as well as strategic promotions. So your products, pages, partnerships, and promotions, 90 days working on these, that's what we're going to do inside of Fresh Start. There are multiple levels of Fresh Start, starting with the lightest version. It's budget friendly. It's going to give you access to the 90 days. It's going to give you access to 3 types of monthly minis and 3 templates. That is level 1. Then the full program gives you all 21 templates, the trainings, and an opportunity to check in with me one-on-one directly. It's a lot in the full. It goes up because I wanted you to be able to glow up. Clarity calls if you feel like you need extra time, either for clarity or for content creation. A lot of my clients will get on 60-minute sessions with me and say, LaShonda, can you go on my Canva and help me figure out this, that, and the other thing? So if you're looking for not just clarity sessions, but content creation, implementation, done with you support, or done for you support, that's when Clarity and Publish Plus comes in. Clarity calls inside of the Clarity level of Fresh Start, and the publishing level, as you guys were asking me about the Canva website, the multi-page website, you can get either a 3-pager done by me or a 5-pager done by me as part of the Publish Plus, in addition to getting calls and the full program. Everything is pretty much laid out on the sign-up page, but if there's anything that you're confused about, check in. So like I said, we're going to be working together for 90 days. It starts in increments. The first 7 days is the challenge, and then 30 days working on your first project. Then you have the next 60 days to either continue working on that project, building it out into a bundle, doing something new, whatever is of interest to you, just knowing that I'm going to be there and the community is going to be there with you over that 90-day experience, getting a combination of trainings, templates, and tools from yours truly. I have what I released, one of the tools I released a few months ago was a calculator that helped you literally put in how much you want to charge for your subscription-based offer and how many people you have in it and how much you would get, specifically using ConvertKit, because it takes out how much ConvertKit charges and how much you would need to sell to hit certain numbers. Pretty useful, but that's one of the tools that I offered in the paid newsletter project that you can get access to here, because we're still talking about subscription-based offers. So there are quite a few resources. There is the larger Monetize Now program, which has even more than Fresh Start in it. And I wanted you to be able to get an opportunity to get a taste of what Monetize is like using Fresh Start. Any of these things of interest to you, we'll talk about them more as we go through the experience. I do offer done-for-you services, so anything that you don't feel like you have time to do on your own, I can do it for you. And I do have a North Carolina workshop literally on the books coming up in a few months. So if you want to come out and hang out with me for 3 days for the final North Carolina workshop, feel free to do so. I've extended that experience so that even though it's usually just the 3 days, which is usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I always give clients the opportunity to join us early and then check in with me so that we can have some time together either the Wednesday or Thursday before training start on Friday or the Monday. Sometimes people stay a day late or they come in a day or two early. So depending upon who you are and what you want to do, if you want some in-person time with me, consider coming out to our North Carolina workshops too. So, this is a meaty prep session because, again, I wanted to be able to touch base with you on what the Fresh Start experience is all about, what you get access to right now, the kind of recurring projects you can potentially put together so your mind is starting to work. And like I said, you can literally jump in and start to access all the trainings inside the program if you wanted to. Those of you who are part of the Citizen Circle, you do get access to the Fresh Start Lite program. And if you did want to upgrade at a reduced rate, just check in with me and I'll give you the exclusive Citizen Circle active member discount. Y'all are already in the circle, so you definitely get a part of Fresh Start as your foundation. And those special extra parts, if you want to invest in those, you can. Any other questions, again, check in, and I will do my best to point you in the right direction. Let's start with Fresh Start. Next session coming up this week. Till then, take care. Mwah. Bye.